These might be the best budget headphones you've never heard of. These are the TOZO HT3s. And let's just start with the price so you all appreciate what you're getting here. $30. That's it. Let's crack open the box. In the box, of course, you get the TOZO HT3s themselves. They come wrapped in some nice foam to make sure they arrive at you in good working order. That is always very nice to see, regardless if it's a budget piece of tech or not. You get a quick guide, user manual, 3.5mm cable, and USB-C charging cable. I mean, really, this is all pretty standard stuff. I do want to touch that right out of the box. These things don't feel cheap at all. If you handle these to somebody and ask them, what do you think these cost? I have a really tough time believing that somebody would tell you 30 bucks. You know what they don't do and I appreciate is they don't add that additional weight to try to give it that premium feel when it just doesn't need it. You can just tell by the materials, the plastic, the cushions, it feels quality, and that's what companies should be trying to do, not just add that artificial weight to make it feel heavy and premium. You know, at that point, it's just gonna make my headset dent even larger. I don't need that. If we take a look up top, it has the standard adjustable band with foam on top, and the ear pads feel pretty comfortable as well. They have a really nice cushion to them. For button control, I appreciate that they kept it pretty simple. There's nothing worse than having too many buttons, and while you're wearing them, you can't keep track of what button does what. On the HT3s, you have the power button, volume up and down, and active noise cancellation on or off button. That is it. If you can't figure that out, then I don't think I can help you. Each button does have more than one function though. The power button turns it on and off if you hold it for 3 seconds, but a single press can also pause and play your song. They do have a built-in microphone so you can use them for calls, and if someone does call while you have them on, a single press will answer or hang up, and you can hold it down for 2 seconds to reject the call, which, let's be honest, in 2025, most of the time I'm pressing that for 2 seconds and I'm rejecting that call. Unless you're in my contacts. Am I the only one who answers the phone if it's someone I know? Same goes for the volume up and down buttons. A long press on the up one skips to the next song, and a long press on volume down goes to the previous song. Let's dive into what makes these headphones really great for the price though, and that is its sound quality and features. You might find on a lot of budget headphones that the sound isn't that great and you have to find yourself turning the volume all the way up to 100%, but that's not the case with the HT3s. Thanks to their 40mm dynamic drivers and strength of their smart ANC, which they say can reduce distractions up to -45 decibels, you get a pretty good isolating sound, and it does a good job of getting rid of most intrusive environmental noise. Parents, I'm just saying this could be good for you. I got 3 kids of my own, and I know my wife is gonna definitely be stealing these headphones from me. I've tested them listening to all sorts of different music, from rock to rap to EDM, and my overall verdict is the bass is simply awesome, and it's really easily distinguishable from the rest of the frequencies. I wanted to connect them to my PC as well, so I hopped into some Battlefield 6 to really put that to the test as well, and it made playing the game even more immersive, and you could really feel that punch in the bass. Mid-range frequencies also sounded really nice. Vocals come through clearly and accurately, and overall the HT3s provide a really balanced sound. Overall at this price point, I'm just really impressed, and I'm struggling to see what improvements you can make on a $30 pair of headphones. I mean, it's 30 bucks. TOZO also does provide an app that you can get on your phone. It unlocks even more advanced features and allows you to fully customize the EQ, so let's go ahead and check that out next. The HT3s feature Bluetooth 6.0. So the first thing you'll want to do is connect them via your phone's Bluetooth setting, that way they show up in the app. If you don't do that first, you might get a little confused. It won't show up in the list, so connect it to Bluetooth on your phone and then do it in the app. Once you do that, you get access to all sorts of other features. For the EQ, you can either completely customize it yourself, or you can use a ton of other EQ presets created by other people, which is great if you just don't want to mess around a ton. These do have AI built into them as well, and I know no matter how you feel about it, I think that some of these AI features are pretty cool. First off, real-time translation. Now, I can't see a situation where myself, I would be using this a ton, but I'm sure there's scenarios at work, friends, where you could definitely see that this would be pretty handy. So for example, if someone was speaking French or Spanish and I wanted to translate that to English, you just set the language, the mic will pick up the French or Spanish and then translate that to English on screen and via voice in the headphones. You know, I'm no expert and I'm simply relying on Google Translate, but it seemed to work pretty well. You could also record your meeting and play that back, which, you know, could be pretty cool for work. And then there's just a generalized AI chat where I can't really see any other use case for it, other than asking it troubleshooting or questions about setup or different settings. Now, if you somehow manage to misplace your HT3s, there is another cool feature called Find My Headphones. Once you tap this, your headphones will make a really loud beeping sound that should help you locate them. That is, if they're not dead. And if they are, well, you better keep track of your belongings. I literally lose my wallet like 3 times a week. But speaking of battery, you can get up to 65 hours of non-stop listening with its 500 milliamp hour battery, so whether you're using them for school, at home, or even while traveling, you can ensure you won't have to constantly charge them, which I think we can all appreciate. If you want to check out your battery level, you can do so easily via the app. It will show you an on-screen percentage. Overall, the TOZO HT3s deliver great audio performance with a ton of features like adaptive active noise canceling, high-res audio, TOZO AI, and a long battery life. As their little jingle likes to say, Tozo, it's just good for sound. For 30 bucks, if you want to pick up a pair, I will leave a link to them down in the description below. And I want to give a shout out to Tozo for sending these out and letting me test them. Probably the best pair of $30 headphones that I've yet to test to date. If you guys have got any other questions, feel free to leave them down in the description below. See ya!